Rain fell like static over Shanghai's skyline. Reporters clustered outside the luxurious Huajing Hotel, microphones shaking in the wind. Breaking news. The anchor's voice trembled through every channel. Famed actor Yu Menglong has vanished after a private event last night. Police confirm an ongoing search. Flashes of his last public appearance rolled on every screen, Yu smiling politely, bowing to fans, his white suit gleaming beneath the chandelier. Then darkness. No one knew what happened after he stepped into the elevator. The doors closed. The cameras cut. And Yu Menglong, the man who lived between melodies and moonlight, was gone. He was more than an actor. He was the gentle voice behind the dramas that taught a generation how to love softly. Yet behind his smile, exhaustion bloomed like bruises. His manager once said, he never slept. He just stared out hotel windows, writing lyrics no one ever heard. Rumors whispered that he was preparing something personal, a film drawn from his own heartbreak, a love he could never name. Friends recalled a note scribbled on a script margin. Fame is loud. Love should be quiet. Those words would soon echo like prophecy. Security footage revealed fragments. Yu Menglong entering the ballroom, greeting old friends, drinking only tea. At 10:42 p.m., he received a phone call that made him freeze mid-smile. At 10:47, he left through a side corridor, alone. At 10:59, the camera caught only his reflection in the glass door, and then nothing. The next morning, the hotel room he reserved lay untouched. On the desk sat a half-written letter. If truth is light, then someone has been turning it off.
No signature. No explanation.
Only the scent of black ink and bergamot. Behind the curtain of celebrity, Yu Menglong had guarded a hidden companionship, a painter named Lin Shui, whose work captured the tenderness of silence. They met years ago during a commercial shoot, bonding over coffee and broken ambitions. Lin's friends later confessed that she received an envelope from Yu a day before he vanished. Inside was a pressed white lily and a film ticket dated November 3rd, tomorrow. Was it a romantic gesture? A farewell? Or a warning? Lin refused interviews, saying only, "He told me that when the curtain falls, listen to the music, not the noise." Detectives uncovered curious traces. A deleted voicemail from an unknown number. Security guards replaced hours before the event. A flash drive labeled Scene 37, the end. When opened, the drive contained a single video, Yu Menglong standing in an empty studio, facing the camera. "If you are seeing this," he said softly, "I hope you remember me not by how I left, but by how I looked at you when I believed in forever." His tone wasn't despair, it was direction, like an actor finishing a final take. Was this an art project? A message? Or a staged act for something larger, a film that blurs life and fiction? Police couldn't decide. Fans began calling it the vanishing script. Weeks passed.
No trace.
Yet every city billboard carried his face, not as a lost man, but as a legend suspended between worlds. Candlelight vigils turned into outdoor screenings of his dramas. People whispered lines as prayers. Then, one night, Lin Shui received a parcel. Inside, a hard drive titled Final Cut. It contained a complete short film, directed and performed by Yu Menglong himself. In it, he walks through deserted streets at dawn, narrating, "Sometimes we must vanish to become visible again. Don't look for me in headlines. Look for me in stories that refuse to die." The screen faded to white. And in the reflection of that whiteness, audiences saw themselves, chasing light in a world obsessed with disappearance. Critics now call the mystery the most haunting performance never released. Whether Yu Menglong's vanishing was real, orchestrated, or metaphorical remains unknown. But his words became an anthem for those drowning in their own silence. To vanish is not to end. It is to begin somewhere the noise cannot follow. Thunder rolls over Shanghai. Television screens flicker. Breaking news. Acclaimed actor Yu Menglong has disappeared after a gala performance. Reporters shout questions. Umbrellas collide. Flashbulb strobe. Inside the chaos, one calm image plays again and again. Yu Menglong bowing in a white suit, smiling before stepping into an elevator that never opens again. The story feels too cinematic to be true. That's exactly how the new mystery film The Star Who Vanished begins. In the movie, Yu Menglong plays Li Yuchen, a beloved idol whose career shines brighter than his private world. Between autograph sessions and sleepless rehearsals, he writes secret melodies that no one hears. His assistant finds fragments of lyrics on napkins. Fame is a noise I can't turn off. Director Wen Jin, played by Zhou Sun, builds this first act as a slow confession, the loneliness of an artist whose light blinds him. Cameras follow Li Yuchen through his final evening, the awards banquet, the champagne he doesn't drink, the phone call that freezes his smile. He vanishes after whispering, "Tell her I finished the song." Viewers learn that her refers to Lin Shui, a painter who once saved him from giving up art. The pacing switches to investigative montage, security footage, unanswered texts, city lights reflected on rain. Flashbacks show Yuchen and Lin Shui meeting in a quiet cafe, sketching each other's dreams on napkins. Their dialogue is tender, shot in soft light. Lin Shui, why do you act? Yuchen, because I'm afraid to live without a script. Their secret love must stay hidden from the industry that markets perfection. When he disappears, she becomes both muse and detective, following clues only an artist could read. Paint stains matching his lyric notes, a single white lily left on her doorstep. Inspector Han, played by Chen Kun, enters, pragmatic and skeptical. He discovers irregularities, erased recordings, switched security staff, a mysterious flash drive labeled Scene 37, the end. On it, Yuchen faces the camera. If you're watching this, you've already written my ending. But endings are only edits. The line blurs fiction and reality. Audiences in theaters begin asking if Li Yuchen's disappearance is part of the film or something real inside the story world. A movie within a movie. Weeks later, Lin Shui receives a parcel, a hard drive containing a film Yuchen shot alone. He walks through empty streets at dawn, narrating, "To vanish is to begin again. Look for me where the stories never end." As she watches, the sound design merges city noises with his unfinished melody. The screen fades to white, leaving only his voice humming under rainfall. In the final scene, fans hold candlelight vigils, not for a lost actor, but for the character who taught them that disappearance can be a metaphor for rebirth. Director Wen Jin appears in a post-credit interview. This movie isn't about death. It's about the parts of ourselves we hide to stay beautiful. Critics later described The Star Who Vanished as a haunting dialogue between fame and freedom. Yu Menglong's performance is praised as his most intimate yet, an exploration of identity, art, and the thin line between living and acting. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more touching K-drama stories and emotional news-style narratives.